The Central University of Technology in Bloemfontein launches the National Science Week 2024. It starts on Monday and ends next Saturday under the theme, Living in a High-Tech World, Should We Be Concerned? We now cross to SABC News reporter Ishmael Modiba for more. A very good morning to you, Ishmael. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, it's all systems go, I would imagine, come Monday. Just take us through what we expect or anticipate to see and experience in this year's edition of the Science Week.
Well, good morning. Yes, well, I can tell you that there will be a hive of activity as we have witnessed during this course of the week, where the university showcases some of the research and developments that they are busy with in the engineering, in the food environment. But to tell us more with regard to this week's, the Science Week that is coming, starting next week, Monday, and in next week, Friday, is Dr. Mamweleti Musia from SASTA. Dr. Musia, let's speak about the significance of this Science Week. How important is this for us to have this Science Week, and what can we expect going forward?
Good morning, and thank you for having us. When I think about Science Week, I often think about the World AIDS Day, where everybody else is talking HIV/AIDS, mainly just so that people would know about it and would be aware of it. So even with National Science Week, that's what we do. We want people to know what science is, what technology is, what investments are we making in science and technology in the country, and we want to showcase the science and technology of the country and to showcase the scientists and the engineers that are doing the excellent work. So essentially, it's just to brag about the science that is happening in the country.
For students, learners who are in high school, science and mathematics, sometimes it becomes like a challenge to them. And when you look at the country's need with regard to career path that they need to take, how is it important for them to follow these STEM cell subjects?
You know, I always say that in Africa, in South Africa, we have our own problems, and our own problems will be solved by us. On Thursday, I went to a Women in Science, L'Oreal UNESCO Women in Science event, and the speaker was talking about the HIV pandemic and how the researchers, because it was a challenge, that was an African challenge mainly, the researchers in Africa, and South Africa in particular, were very involved in solving that problem for us. So same applies with everything else, and therefore we need a lot more scientists and engineers and innovators that are going to solve the problems that we're having or facing as a country. And we therefore need a lot more young people to take up careers in science and engineering so that they can contribute towards improving the lives of South Africans through science and technology.
And we see that this is not a free state thing. It's a national science week where we are expecting to see learners from various places and institutions gathering in various places to showcase what they are doing in terms of science.
Well, first and foremost, National Science Week is not about learners only. It is about the whole community. So we have events that are happening throughout the country that are for everybody. For instance, so we have events for learners, and they will be participating in quizzes, for instance, on a daily basis that we've made available for the schools. But then we have everything else that's happening throughout the country. All the provinces, there will be something happening, just to show that, you know, it is for everybody. In the Sasolburg taxi rank, for instance, there's going to be something happening during the week. In universities, we'll be having science cafes where people will be coming in and having conversations about science. It's not only about learners, so just be on the lookout. It is everything for everybody. If you're interested in stars and you're interested in finding out why South Africa is investing in astronomy, for instance, and what technologies can we get out of that, we also have activities that are happening. If you want to know, you know, people are talking about technology and how it is stealing jobs from people. If you want to know the opportunities that are coming about because of artificial intelligence, for instance, we have activities or we have talks that are coming, that are happening in that regard. So it's not about learners, it's about everybody.
Talking about artificial intelligence and other developments that the country is making, can we say that we are making strides?
We are making strides, and if you want to know about it, on the 1st of October, we are having a talk from Google, for instance, where they will be talking about artificial intelligence, and in particular, they will be talking about how it is going to assist, or it is assisting in fighting the unemployment scourge that us as a country are facing. So we are definitely, as a country, I mean, even our universities, there's quite a lot that is happening, and those are some of the things that we'll be showcasing throughout the week.
Well, thank you very much. Well, that is Dr. Mamueleti Musiya from SASTA giving us the lowdown of what we can expect starting from next week, Monday, as the Science Week will be rolling out throughout the country. And we're expecting a lot of activity happening here with the dignitaries coming in this particular event, with the Minister, also Minister Dr. Blade Nzimande, sharing what the department will be doing. And that's what we're having for now. It's back to you in the studio.
Ishmael, thank you so much for joining us. Ishmael Modiba, they are a reporter in Bloemfontein, just giving us a preview of the National Science Week, which kicks off from this coming Monday.